Welcome to SEO Conspiracy.com. This is your alternative search news for week 49 of 2020. Without any further ado, let's dive in because we have a lot to cover. First in the news, of course, core update. Thanks, Google. Even if they suggested that thing a while ago that the end of the year would be quiet as far as core updates. I even said by then that it was not possible. I don't believe they can press pause on this type of things. And they rule the world. They decide. Here we are. December 2020 core update. We'll not cover this in depth because watch the replay of the live stream I did on that topic. But basically, it's just an evolution. It's not groundbreaking except for the crawling indexing part. I think there is something big happening here, meaning they figured out a way to avoid indexing. You know, they or even at the step of crawling, they say, yes, we keep on doing the whole process or we don't. And in my opinion, that's the big breakthrough of this update. And of course, on SER Roundtable, you have Mr. Barry Schwartz covering the whole thing, but nobody is really talking about this idea that Google might have changed the way it decides to crawl an index. Next in the news, on the official Google blog, 7 creative tips to improve your web stories. A web story for Google is a mixed media type of video with animation, infographics, dynamic visuals, illustrations. They're going TikTok on us. So the seven tips. 1, use video. 2, first-person storytelling. 3, take advantage of your brand identity. 4, display infographics and dynamic visuals. 5, get a boost from illustrations. 6, post quizzes and polls. 7, build excitement through animations. There is way too much to uncover underneath those statements for the news of the week. But this is the future, guys. This is where we need to go. Producing text that goes on web pages. Yeah, that's so 2010. This is 2021 now. Next in the news. Still, about websites, about web pages. There's a documentation that popped up about crawl budget. There's definitely a lot of hype, misunderstanding, myth, urban legends about crawl budget. Here it is, like Google says it, and nothing else, nothing more. Check this out, because even if you know everything about logs and crawl and Googlebot, always good to see the official voice, what they are saying, and if you're able to read between the lines, it's even better. Next on the news. On Twitter, Mark Williams. Did John Mueller actually say Google doesn't read unsupported structured data? Asked because your headline seems to contradict what Gary Alves said in Search of the Record, episode 8. Funny. Now we have Googlers saying different things. Way to go, guys. It's helping out a lot. Next on the news, Google fired the ethical AI researcher. And Timnit Gebru is not anybody. She has a very strong voice. And what happened here is she wrote a paper. There's a whole process of approval for a paper to be published. Nothing wrong with that. But the way it happened is a little shady. And the answer by Jeff Dean, the head of AI at Google, is not helping out because he's just leaning on blah blah. The paper didn't meet some of the conditions, blah blah blah. Well, that's not what she's saying. So I don't know the whole story, and I will definitely not base my opinion on just a couple of news I read about it. I just know that she's gone from Google, and that's not a good thing because she's a voice that says what the majority of engineers at Google don't want to hear, especially when it comes to artificial intelligence. You need that type of voice. And getting all angry and firing her over some paper, I don't know. Shady. I smell something wrong here, but in my opinion, okay? Next in the news, some more official support.google.com, but about YouTube. Help us keep comment respectful. So this is what's happening. If you are flagged by the algorithm and your comment might seem to lack some footprint of respect, or sorry, the other way around. If your comment includes some footprint that suggests you are not respectful, well, you will have a little message saying, are you sure you want to post this or you want to edit it? Good thing, because, wow, YouTube comments sometimes heavy. Used to be troll party on YouTube. Still is a little bit. Next in the news, let's switch from Google to Twitter. On the official Twitter blog, updating our rules against hateful conduct. Same thing along the lines of what just announced with YouTube. And Twitter is, well, how can I describe it? It is a place where people have been unleashing since the birth of Twitter. And it is most definitely a place where hate and trolls and roasting and all that good stuff goes on. Well, 10 years ago, it might seem like it was normal, I guess. Now, behavior went way too far, and it seems like the platforms need to put some guards, safeguards around what's going on, even if they are not supposed to be responsible for the content published on their platforms. It would help if they make it a little bit less, WTF. Next in the news, from Thailand to Indonesia, taxes tightened for digital businesses. And this is on asia.nikkei.com, a finance website from Asia. I am talking about this because I live in Europe and it's happening also in Europe. But Asia is ahead about locally taxing those American companies that do business in a country, they don't pay any taxes. They are very good at optimizing taxes. Let's put it this way. But seems like the party is over, and the party has been going on for 20 years. It's time, guys. They need to pay a little bit of taxes now. Don't you agree? Next in the news, I announced it, and it was not a hard guess, but on Reuters.com, US states plan to sue Facebook next week. Yes, Facebook, you are next. Google was first, and they will dismantle it. They will take away Instagram from Facebook, and I'm pretty sure WhatsApp also is a toy that will be taken away from Zuck. Sorry, Zuck. Next in the news, TikTok is rolling out ability to upload longer videos of up to 3 minutes long. This is shared on Twitter by Matt Navarra. So far, it's been 60 seconds. The provision, if you watch last week's news for 2021, TikTok will have 1.2 billion active users. It's not going away. Get used to it. It's not about do you like or not TikTok. It's about when are you starting to produce content for TikTok. SEO Conspiracy just started. Please follow the SEO Conspiracy TikTok. Next in the news, still on Twitter.com, our friend Lyndon Darth, autocrat, shares Twitter doesn't read? ? He noticed that, seems like a lot of people are liking or sharing without even reading. And I answered somewhere. Okay, don't see my answer here, but what I said is I remember reading a study that suggested that 60% of the people just share without reading. So Twitter is aware, and supposedly they are doing something about it. But yeah, guys, read before you share. Next in the news, SEOdatabase.co, a new directory about tools, blogs, newsletters. No, not newsletters. The SEO products database is brand new, just started. So it needs to be filled up with the thousands of tools available to us now. But good luck to you. I like the sleek design, and just wanted to share that in news. And finally, on Reddit, social media marketers. How do you stay sane when you have to use social media every day? I think this is a good news to end the week on. Food for thought. My 2 cents, they are tools. Yes, I can get overheated when fighting, clashing on Twitter, or when there's an argument on Reddit or whatever. But generally speaking, I tend to just use social media as tools. I don't have emotions. It's not a matter of do I like or not TikTok. I know that in 2021, 1.2 billion people, active users, will be on TikTok. I need to be on TikTok. It's just, it's not a matter of liking or not. So if you just project yourself out, take out the emotion, and just pretend they are just pipelines where you need to distribute your content, you will stay sane. And of course, notifications off. All of them. This is the end of the news for this week. if you want to visit one of the links I mentioned in this podcast, head over to seoconspiracy.com and look up the post for the alternative search news of week 49. Thanks for watching. Until next time, take care.